Hi. Just let me look at something. Hmm. Hmm. I have an idea. Just let me take a look at something. Ah, yeah. Just as I thought. Okay. 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 Um. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. Um. Let me explain what we're going to do. Mm, so, um, there's a few things wrong. I was thinking about this, intensely, what we need to do, but there's a few things wrong here. Let me show you. You see, this is a picture of a Countach. Let me, yeah, okay. So, what do you see? You see the A pillar. Okay, A pillar is actually the door. Okay, and if you take a look at our model here, um, so we have the A pillar like this here. Wrong. The uh, frame of the door covers the A pillar. So basically, the frame of the door is going to be this line here. So this here is the frame of the door. So the frame of the door needs to be much further in the car as it is now. Okay, that's gonna solve a lot of our geometry problems here. And at the same time that we're gonna do this, we have to do something else. We have to remodel this part here completely. So one of the things, of course, that's gonna happen is um, this point here is going to be the frame of the door. So this already changes things. What? I don't quite understand what you're talking about, but anyway. So what this is gonna do is that since we are moving everything further inside, and we are going to change this, we are also going to change the pivot point of the door, because the pivot point of the door is going to be wider, because the A pillar itself is going to be attached to the roof at a completely different point than it's now. And the door pillar, so the door is going to just cover whatever, it's going to be on top of it. So this is going to solve the problem of this, which is we have to solve this. It's just unacceptable. This is crap. And we are, of course, gonna change the looks here. This part here in the back, So this part here is gonna stay like it is, more or less. And we are going to go in here with the roof. So this here is not gonna be part of the roof anymore. This is actually gonna be the top frame of the door. Okay? And then the door is gonna continue down. This is the door. Okay? So the pivot point of the door is gonna be much further inside here somewhere. Which means that we're gonna have to lose this cross member here. It's gonna have to go. I mean, we're gonna have to remodel this part here. And this whole cross section here that goes across, we're gonna have to remodel this as well. I am sorry. I mean, you know, at this point, it needs to be redesigned. So, as usual, we are going to keep one of the side of the car as is to have a reference, because you know, a few days from now I'm not gonna remember how this all looks like, and we are going to build this part new, like completely new. So we're gonna have to solve the this part new, the cross member new, and of course how everything here attaches will be, well, different. How exactly, I don't know, but it's gonna have to be different. So this part here is gonna be one stud lower. So the A pillar is gonna be one stud lower, and it can be recessed for the back, I guess, because it's gonna be covered. You know, it's gonna be just a black. It's gonna be black, so this doesn't have to be red anymore, because the door frame is gonna be red. Yeah. Now we need to figure out how we're gonna do this. Obviously, I can, at this point in time, I can remove this here, because right now we don't need this. The lights can stay. Yeah, and we are gonna lose this here for now. Oh, sorry. I am going to change this on the other side, not on this side. Yeah. Yeah, so we need to lose this here. Yeah, now we're gonna lose this here. And since we're gonna do this differently, I am going to disconnect the steering, because this is coming out as well. And since we need to solve this in a different way, we are going to change stuff here. How, I don't know yet, but we're gonna have to change it. I have a feeling that we are going to reposition this here. So this upright here is going to be repositioned to the inside, so it's closer to the middle of the car. And for this to happen, we need to change this here. So yeah, I am sorry. Well, not really, but you know. So in this context, we are also gonna lose this here for now. And we have a clear canvas to work with. Yeah, I'm sorry. but we do have to. It is absolutely necessary. So let's start with the roof. Let's start with the roof because obviously we need to match the angle of this here. But we have a different starting point here. Hey Victor. So basically, I need to remove most of this. Well, yeah, I guess. And we're gonna start afresh from this point. Good part is that we don't build the car symmetrically. Otherwise, I would have to dismantle too much. Okay, let's just get rid of some of these things. They're not important right now. And I'm gonna also get rid of this here because maybe this is gonna be different, which means structurally maybe we're gonna do this upright completely different. Well, I have a feeling that we are gonna do it very much different, but at the moment I don't know. Okay, so we said we are going to start with repositioning the upright that goes here. So for this we need to change this here, how this attaches. This attaches now on the inside, not on the outside. So it's like it's not going to be two studs further inside than on the other side, which leaves us with a very good opportunity to have the pivot point supported on two sides. So we're not gonna get the wobbling of the door. Very important. And we also can do the pivot differently. I had some ideas, but we'll see. Okay, so this guy has to be here. Okay. I will just use this here. Back. We're going to use. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, so it's like this, yeah, like this, and this one. No, wait, no. I am a stupid old man. So it's like this, yeah. And then we need to position this one in a way that makes sense. This doesn't make sense. I would like to. Oh, sorry. I would. So I would like to connect this here and here, but then I kinda can't reach with this. But if I use this guy, this is too short. So we need to think of a different solution. A different solution. So what if, since we're gonna change the geometry here anyway, what if we move this guy here? downstairs. What then? If this would be supported here, oh, it can't. Never mind. Never mind. It cannot be here because we have the rocker panel here. Yeah, rocker panel is here. So yeah, it's on the other side. So I am going to attach it here as well, so that we are not gonna be distracted. How is it attached? Oh no, it can be. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it can be here. It can be here because the rocker panel comes up here. Yeah, like this. Yeah. Okay. And then we use this here to do this. This is too high, so we're not going to use this. We don't have to use this because we can use, as I see on the other side, we can use just this. And it needs to be one step further forward. Ish. We'll see. Okay. The important part is this part here on top. So the part that connects the roof to this is going to be lower because of the part here, which is going to be basically one stud thick, and it's going to cover it. Now we have to figure out how to actually do this. This is not that easy because the easiest part will be here. So we have to make ourselves a, well, not make, because we have it already. It's just for the other side, we just flip it. So we have this here. Disregard all of the other stuff. Just the contour here is important. So basically this is going to be here, and this part here, this is probably going to be a cardan joint or something. This is going to cover the entire A-pillar. Okay, so it's going to be, I don't know, something like this. Yeah, and the A-pillar itself is going to be underneath it. So it's going to be, come on, like that. Yeah, ish. I'm gonna take the other side for a reference. So it's gonna be here. And here we need to be careful how to position it. So definitely there's gonna have to be a structure here underneath. Otherwise, you know, the roof cannot be as thin as we would like. We will have to make it a bit thicker, at least on some points, because otherwise we have no way of connecting this here. It has to be, let me check again. Come on. It has to be, I hope you can see it. It has to be, yeah, here. The angle is not important. I'm just looking here at the room that I have underneath the door. Trying to judge what I can do here. have to completely rethink the concept of the roof. We may have to. So if this guy is gonna be here, I'm gonna take a red lift arm, just so we can actually see something, because the black one just can't see shit. So it has to be here, and I have absolutely no idea how to connect this at this angle to this here, and leave, you know, once the room up here for the rest. It cannot be like this. It could be angled, you know, like we have it on the Sierra, I guess. But then we need a whole structure here in front that would do this. And I'm looking at the Countach pictures, and there's like one trick that we could do. So the windshield of the Countach has, you know, in the top part is like blacked out, you know, it's like it's shaded a little bit aggressively, just so, you know, because of the sun and stuff. And we could abuse this to, you know, to use some black stuff ourselves here, just to keep it in mind. Not saying we're gonna do this, just having it in the back of my head. And I'm really thinking of maybe changing the roof concept here, because these are in the way. Actually, we don't have any means to attach this. Just let me think for a few moments. I mean, ideally, you know, ideally I would do it with either bionicle joints here that I would, I mean, for myself, that I would super glue, something we cannot do. So, you know, super glue so that they cannot move. Or if we, you know, if we go with the movement here, so that we just have A pillars, we could use ball joints on top and the bottom. But then how do we connect this in, you know, we can connect this, kinda works or worked, because this was supposed to be the A pillar, but now that we are, I mean, now that we are actually putting another layer on top of it, it's going to be already 3 studs thick if we keep the this connecting part. And if we use these here on top and the bottom, I don't know. Would be the easiest thing to do. But how do we connect them in a sensible way? Because we cannot connect them on top. If we make it thicker in the horizontal direction, because, you know, that's not gonna be good either. But I guess that's all we have. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. So So we would use these two. They would be black, and we are going to connect one of them here on top, one of them at the bottom. Let's see how. We could connect them like this to this, I guess, or we could connect it like this somehow. We cannot connect it like this. Ideally, I would have it in a position like this, so we can have the black left arm on the inside here. It would basically accentuate the door frame, the window frame. Ideally, this part would be like this, and this would be like inverted 90 degree. So we could have it flat on top, sitting flat like this, and because if it sits like this, we have to have it supported like this, so it connects to the other half here. The ball cup part from Kada doesn't really work here, because then we would use this. We would use this as a help me with as a axle, and I definitely don't want an axle being the A pillar. So that's not the way. And if you use this technique here, like this, then this happens, and this is not okay either. And if we use ball joints on both sides, what's gonna happen by default is, this is gonna rock like this as well. So I am very skeptical at the moment. I'm just thinking. Any input that you can give me, I will appreciate. But I am thinking of this. Yeah, I know pins with connectors, but still, this needs to be solid, so that we cannot dislodge it. If we use pins or axles, just this is gonna happen. So that's not okay. It's okay for the door frame, which we're gonna use, but not for the actual structural part of the A pillar. Because this part here I would like to keep in this position, so it's or flat. Yeah, and ideally we can use this without ball joints, because here we were limited by ball joints because of the way we did it. What if we don't use any ball joints here? What if we don't use ball joints? What if we use, let's say, something like this? Hold on. Yeah, the problem is because it has to be here in this position. We can do something here, but not here. mean, whatever we do here is going to be relatively bulky. That's what bothers me. So I'm basically going to attach this here, just so that I know that I cannot go above this with this. This is the limit, because this is where the door frame sits. And then the only option I do have is, you know, doing stuff underneath, to have a bulky part here underneath that's gonna hold this. And the problem with this is gonna be that it's gonna hold like crap, because it's gonna be pinned to this, and you know it's gonna unpin itself, obviously, which is not an option. So what if we, for now, consider not using this? I'm gonna place this as a replacement, just so I have, come on, just so that I have this attached to it. Okay, and we're gonna think of a different kind of roof construction. Yeah. Okay. So let's rethink this corner of the roof. This corner of the roof got, you know, more complicated than I anticipated. But there is a solution. There definitely is a solution. Okay, a wild idea. I'm just gonna test something. Axles. Where do I have axles? I know it's an axle. Just ignore this for a second. The important part is this here, that I can rotate it, because I can always put a lift arm connecting this to this. It's not gonna disconnect, and well, it's gonna disconnect in this fashion, but because, you know, if we have it, if we have this like this, the angle is not correct. It's this angle is too steep, but if we rotate it, the angle gets right, because this changes. Unfortunately, it's not spread out enough. Well, we can make it spread out a little bit, but yeah, this is not right, right? So it's not 5 exactly, or how much does it deviate from it? Not that much, but still. Yeah. Wow, it's a full stud. It's at the bottom. It's a full stud difference. Wow. The mail is sent, so I am updating you the moment I get an answer. Damn it. Damn it. This was open just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. But at this length, there's a whole stud difference here at the bottom. And that's just not okay. This would be so nice. I mean, in the end, you know. In the end, we are probably gonna have to use something like this. Just one level lower than this. No. Yeah, well, I cannot help you. It, it may not be the stores. I don't. I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, it has to be here. But how to hold it on? Not to this. No, sir, it's not gonna hold on to this. I can use this here, of course, to, simulate something. But long term, this is not gonna work. Ah. Okay, so this contraption here is just to have it here. And this is being able to be here. Okay, so our this is our A pillar basically. Yeah. Now, of course, we need to see where this needs to attach here at the bottom. Okay, so now we need to see where this attaches to the bottom here. Okay. Yeah, this cannot be like in the charger because we have much less room here, and the ends here are much more fragile. So, you know, you cannot compare this. Mm. So this can end up one step closer to the center like this. So it can be here. And for the back. Yeah. So here and for the back. Yeah. Okay. So we can have this here attached somewhere here, not here in the front, which means a lot because the door is going to reach up to here, and this is good because then we have all of the room in the world here to make the pivot for the door. Obviously, we need to rework the roof part, but this part here does not have to be a ball joint at all. We can have it on a simple pin connection here, and then, you know, because we have the room to do this. We did not have the room there. We do have the room to do this here, I think, since this should be flat. There's no reason not to be flat. So theoretically, we can, you know, we can have it like this. Theoretically, not practically, because the dashboard goes like inward, and we cannot have it. What the fuck was this? we cannot have anything going across just here. I have an idea. Hold on. Would this work? No. Oh no. Yeah, it cannot work because we cannot have anything going in here. Yeah. Sadly. What we can do? We can do something like this. Maybe. Perhaps, if not this, we can. We can use this here. In a manner like this. Just a second. So if this is here, okay, yeah, this needs to be a little further out than we have it here. So we need basically a different lift arm, like this one. It has to be here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So above this. Well, Victory Day is the Russian celebration of the victory over Nazi Germany, and while the the event itself is overblown, it's even more overblown in our current period with the war that Russia is waging in the Ukraine, and let's just not open this can of worms on this stream, please. Okay, so we need to lower this here. Okay, we're gonna see about this upright here once we figure out how to connect this ish. Okay, so we can connect it here at the end. Okay, like so, I guess. here. Now we have the room. Even here, I would perhaps like to use this here. I would like to use this here. And we would need to change this so we can attach this here directly to this. Hold on. Let me think. Let me think. So the idea is to have this, extended here. I mean, yeah, we can try this as an experiment. Yeah, let's try this. I'm just experimenting here, so don't mind me. Okay. Let's see. Let us see if this has any future. Not like this. Not like this. Wow. Wow. Can I chat ban you? If you say this, please, just don't. You are very misinformed. But that's not. I'm ending. If you are continuing with this, I'm ending the stream right now. So please, just don't. Don't talk about this at all. We can have a debate about this in Discord, but not here. Okay. This needs adjustment. Oh. So if this. What if? Okay. So what if this would be one stud longer? what if we do this? What if we do this here? If we just did this, what changes here? Okay. And then we can go. Yeah, we do need chat moderators. Yeah, we do need chat moderators, definitely. This is very on the edge. There's a link to the Discord. Just go to the previous stream. There's a link to the Discord in the description. Okay. Yeah, we can touch this. Okay. So I'm eyeballing this as best as I can, and let's see if we get lucky. I think we will. I think we will get lucky with this. Let's see. Let's see if luck is on our side. Okay. Well, it's definitely not the best sir, I guess, but it's a sir. This may or may not be good. We are stretching it a little bit. We are stretching it here a little bit. It's not entirely in geometry, as far as I can see. But this does work. This does work. You know? This does work. And just eyeballing it from afar, this angle is the same as this. You know, just eyeballing it. Yeah. It's just everything is one stud lower than on the other side, which is exactly what we wanted, because where's the door? Where's the door frame? Here. So because now we can place the door on top of it. Yeah. disregard this part here because this has to be all further out. But now we can place the door on top of it. Yeah. Very good. And since everything here is one stud lower than on the other side, and this part here is one stud further in than the other side, we have more room to play with, I think. And since we're gonna make this part here on the lower part further in, we are probably gonna have more playroom with the pivot for the door. That was the goal, of course. And yeah, so we are going to this lift arm here. We are going to stretch it all over to the other side, and if we are lucky, we can attach this here to the lower part here somewhere. If we are lucky. Let's see. Okay. This is too long. Shorter one. Okay, that would be interesting. Let me check something. Where's the door? Where is the door? So, what if we ignore this and start with this? What if we do this? So technically, we would need to attach this here, and we can. Yeah, I'm constantly checking steering collision. This is something I constantly do. Okay, obviously this is pivoting, which is not okay. So we're gonna use so we are going to use this here. And here. So I don't want to pivot that. I'm going to use this here. Okay. What? Of course, yeah. Of course, so we're gonna use something else. When this is done, I'm gonna take you with the camera so you can see what's happening. Okay, so this cannot pivot anymore. Now we can use this here. And of course now the task is to see where we can angle this. Somewhere. A longer one. Somewhere there's gonna be an angle that we can use. And here we can also abuse this here. So this can be longer for if we need or want to. No, maybe not. This touches, which is not good. But okay. Can be solved. Can be solved. It's gonna touch even if it's here, right? No. Damn it. Yeah, it's gonna touch here as well. No, not really. I cannot move it one step to the back. I mean, yeah, I can move this one step to the back. Yeah, this would be possible. Huh. But still, I need to connect it here first. That's the problem. No, I cannot because this is angled. That's the issue. Let me think. You can start here at the third one. Third one. If everything else is gonna be in collision here. This is, you know, barely making it. Yeah. Actually, I think it even might get some. But on the other hand, maybe not. Yeah, probably. There's probably no angle. Yeah, probably no angle that we can find here. Yeah, here. This would, yeah, of course, this is the triangulation. But no, we cannot use this. This is of secondary importance, so, you know, this is gonna be fine, I guess. This is gonna be fine. Oh, my first dislike. Nice. First dislike in the stream. Very good. If I use this here, yeah, this would hit it. But if I use this one here, this one here, I could get away with it. Yeah, I can get away with this. I don't care. I don't really care. Not this, okay. Sorry. This, okay. And we are going to place this here. Yeah. Okay. There. So now we have an attachment point that doesn't hit and doesn't interfere with the suspension at all. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this again. So obviously, this attachment point here isn't optimal yet, and we need to bring it further out, because it needs to be like here. So we need like 2 studs. It's 2 studs. Ah, wait. Stupid me. This is enough, I think. Is it? Oh no. I need more. Okay. This is, we are just eyeballing things here. So I'm not sure this is entirely good. This is not in geometry at all. Does this work? might work. Because people come to the stream, look at it, watch a little bit, like it, and leave. So, no, that's normal. Yeah. The Chinese are watching. I would say the Russians are watching. Okay, so this might or might not be legal geometry. Let's take a look at it from another angle. It's a little bit, if you take a look at the other side, this is a little bit more angled. So if this is the, it's a little bit more angled. Not much, but just a little bit. Hey, Marco. And then, we have this here. Will you focus? Will you focus? It doesn't want to focus. Oh, it focuses. Okay. Okay. So now the challenge is if this is, oh, this is surprisingly stable. Not as, no, it's surprisingly stiff. Not sure if the geometry is alright. I think after I make the pictures and Christian goes through CAD with it, he'll just say no, we cannot use this. But looks alright to my untrained eye. But now the challenge is the pivot for the door. Pivot for the door. All of this we will do. This is not a problem. This is easy to do, but this is a challenge. So pivot for the door needs to be it needs to be on, at least on the other side here. It cannot be like this on this side, at least not in yeah, that's a good one. So that's gonna be interesting. The pivot of to the door is it's gonna be tricky here. So we have this here. And we are going to abuse this on this side. I'm just gonna take a look what's on the other side, where it needs to be, and then we're gonna transfer this to this side. Meanwhile, I'm going to install this here, just temporarily, so that I have a reference. Okay, like this. This is the rocker panel on this side, and it needs to be there. Okay. Now I need to reverse this. interested in this dynamic. So basically this is my reference point, and now the pivot of the door needs to be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to this is a bit wobbly, but it's gonna do. I'm going to fix the door in place and work on the pivot. Obviously. How typical. Okay, it's gonna do fine. We do have more room to design a yeah, we do have more room to design a proper pivot, I guess. We do have 2 studs instead of 1 stud. But basically the previous pivot was just like this. Now we have more room. And what we could do is, if the pivot would be like this, and we would have an axle going through the pivot, and we would have the door frame here would be you know, supported on the other side as well, so it would be just hinging on one side. Yeah, that's what we could do. What can we? I think we can. I think we can. If we yeah, this doesn't hit. It's fine. So we can have this here, but we need something to go, you know. On. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so problem is making this stiff. What can we do here? Ideally, it will be a continuation of this. It's not. You know, ideally we would have it like this. That would be the ideal situation, but I mean we still could. There is some scope here. But ideally, this would be even further back. Yeah. But then, how do we attach this here to the door? Because the door, obviously, you know, this part here starts curving in. I mean, now the lines here make much more sense because of the angles, but my mistake. My mistake here, of course. This needs to be changed. Or does it? Wait. Wait. Now it's alright. For a brief moment, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I came to my senses. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. So this is here. The ish. No. Ish. How could we make this pivot better? Because now we have more room here. We have more room here, which we didn't have before. So we can experiment with other stuff. Come on, stay there. Tricky. I mean, the end result is gonna be very satisfying, but it's a tricky. This is the most interesting part. We're probably gonna have to re-engineer this part as well to make it smaller, because otherwise we are not gonna be able to make the transition from the pillar to the door. So stuff is gonna have to happen here. I have, but you know, in real life, when you don't use connectors, things are a lot easier. So the Countach has like just simple hinges like this, like in a door in your household, you know, or on a closet or something. Very simple. Because you can place it wherever you like. It's there. You know, all the shapes can be made as you like, but we are limited with bricks. You know, so we have to shape everything with this, and this makes things sometimes tricky. Yeah. Okay, so if we do this like this, making the transition from door frame to door. Let's see here. Is no longer. Can you see it? Man, this lighting. Okay. See, now this is no longer a problem. We have the room here to make the transition from here to here. Okay? This is doable. And we didn't really, you know, change much. Yeah, but creating the pivot point, this is gonna be tricky with this. Not impossible, but tricky. Ideally, it would be where it is. I was thinking of using this here, but no, there's just no angle. It would have to be, I don't know, maybe a number three, maybe. Not this one. This one. Let's see this here. So we need to deviate from the straight angle a little bit to meet this here. Let's see if this has any chance of succeeding. Any chance whatsoever. No. This is the closest, but it's still off. Let me try something. No. U-joint will make everything much worse. We want to completely to make the door less floppy, not more. You know, if I use a U-joint, it's gonna be much worse. Um, hmm. Hmm. What if we lower this? Just for shits and giggles. Right? What if we pivot the door one stud lower? Okay. We make it one step lower. Yes. This may have a future. gonna mean that the door is gonna sit very slightly further forward, but I am not gonna cry because this does not create any problems. Okay, we still need to solve this, but this is gonna be solved. And I'm just experimenting here. Don't take this seriously. This, so okay, there's your problem, lady. Okay, not unsolvable, of course. Not at all. This is the problem because the lift arm just sits. So we need to solve this problem. Okay, so this brings us to solving the entire thing here. How are we going to solve this in a satisfactory manner? Very simple. Very simple. This is 4, right? No. 4. Okay. And okay. This, of course, once we figured everything out, it's gonna be a lot of optimization required, but right now it's just the phase of figuring stuff out. Still not okay. This is still not okay. We must not have this here. We must not have this here. I mean, you know, I create the lower lever, and then I fuck it up. Yeah, needs to be here. Obviously needs to be here. There's still some wiggling, but this is gonna be solved, I think. This can be solved by other things here. Because now it's wiggling the chassis here, and we can fix the chassis. We couldn't fix the single attachment point, so this here is now really good. Now we need to fix the wiggling here, which is going to be far lot easier than that. Yeah, it's going to be, the door is going to close like a vault. Of course, it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. This is not perfect because the door sits slightly higher. Very slightly higher. And very slightly to the front. But it's a start. It's a start. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to what we have on the other side. The geometry is more problematic because it would need to be, this needs to be lower and a little further back. Well, we don't need to add half a stud here. On the Sierra and Charger, we had to. There was a panel gap between the door and the chassis, half a stud on each side. That's okay. Here we don't have to. Actually, we here on the bottom part we absolutely won't. So this is not okay. Yes, it works. It has, you know, if we fix this in place, it's not gonna have any wiggle room, but it's not okay. It's not okay. I need to, need to see how to make it better. This is not okay. Could attach it from below. We could use some support from below, so we have still, you know, stuff down there that we could, you know, simply have a upright coming through here because we have the room for that. This is an option. An option. sucks, but yeah. So there's so many problems we need to solve. We need to solve how are we gonna make the roof attachment. I mean, it's probably a frame is gonna be involved that's gonna sit underneath this, most likely, or something similar. Because we can have the roof support, I guess, can be like this underneath, because obviously the door is gonna sit on this, kinda. Maybe because of this here we cannot do it like this, because then this thing cannot angle. Yeah, Christian, I mean, I had to do this. Absolutely, we had to do this. There's no other way. We cannot use the stuff that we had so far. This had to be used. We created problems, yes, absolutely, and we are going to solve them. And the end result is going to be, well, as always, better. But at the moment, I have no idea how to solve them. Probably this part here is going to have to be made a little bit differently. But I need to, process it. Yeah. No. I don't know when you started to watch the stream, but the problem is that the door frame is sitting on top of the A pillar. And this is whole another level. So when you open the door, it's gonna be like this, like in the real car. And it's gonna be interesting and accurate at the same time. That's why we lowered the A pillar. Yeah. Anyway, next stream is tomorrow. I have no time on Wednesday, so we are gonna have next stream tomorrow or Thursday, whatever you prefer. But I think tomorrow, because things are fresh and we need to continue on this. Yeah. So yeah, it rests on the A pillar. Yeah. That's, if you look at pictures of the real Countach, that's how it is. And this frame of the door forms from visually the A pillar. But yeah, as Christian in Discord suggests, if the roof is too low, we could raise the roof by 1 stud. We're not gonna do it half a stud. If we raise the roof, we raise the roof by 1 stud. The proportions are, proportions as such are never gonna be 100%. But details like this, we can try to do as accurate as possible, since since the door needs a frame anyway, then it's gonna be like it is. I mean, there's when you transfer a real design into a model, there's always tough decisions you have to make. So some things that you can see are relevant, and some things that you cannot see, like for example the height of some specific element like the roof or something like that. I don't know. I mean, roof height is very important, but I don't know how much impact on the proportions of the car it would make if we made the roof higher. That's my that's the problem that I'm kind of facing here. I don't know. You know, because the wheelbase is kind of just slightly off. Our goal is that when you look at it, you see a Countach. You know. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I see you tomorrow.